but it's a very important section to read it. It's called Ma'amar Belayla Dekal. Ma'amar Belayla Dekal. So it's in verse Kuf Kaf A, in Akdamat Sefer HaZohar. Now, just to give you an introduction, I mean, the Zohar itself, the Zohar itself, I mean, if we think about it, was basically a community study. It was 10 people studied the Zohar together. It's not just Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Just Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is Tikkunei HaZohar. Tikkunei HaZohar is just Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. That's pure, like just Rabbi Shimon. There is another part, which is just Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, one called Idra Rabbah, Idra Zota, and Safra Letzniuta, and Idra Rabbah, and Idra Zota. Remember that. So those four categories is pure Rabbi Shimon. No, it's not pure Rabbi Shimon. But here there is section that the writer, his name is Rabbi Abba. Rabbi Abba is the same Rabbi Abba from the Talmud. He lived 300 years. He lived actually 300 years because he could supply the Zohar to Babel, to Babylonia, where the Talmud. Shalom Aleichem. Thank you so much for coming. Baruch Hashem. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And thank you for letting us come. Toda Rabba. So every time, Toda. So the Zohar has many meanings. There is the story of the Zohar, which is a very important meaning for us. It can be nice intellectually and it can be helping us to understand, but there is another understanding. And sometimes we can explain it, sometimes we cannot. Depends on the idea, depends on the capability of the person to understand. Because, for example, when say Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Kam ve'amar, he stood and he say. If he wouldn't say he stood and he say, you wouldn't care. But Kam ve'amar, המילה Kam, זה נקרא קומה שלמה. It means a complete קומה. מה זה קומה שלמה? What is a complete קומה? I mean, it just give you just the idea. My wife will be here, I'm sure, will tell me, don't go simple. But it's important to say it. Kam ve'amar, meaning קומה שלמה is standing tall. When a person is standing tall, you see that all the 10 sefirot is working. When a person sees it, these two legs is called netzach ve'od. I'm sitting now on my two legs, netzach ve'od. So הקומה שמתגלה, תודה רבה, הקומה שמתגלה, the level that is being revealed is, if netzach ve'od is sitting, meaning they are not active, the upper sefirot also not going to be revealed. It's called keter chuma bina or chabad, more exactly. Meaning, it's called ofchiyut orot ve'kelim, opposite of light and vessel. So if the lower vessel is not being active, the upper light is not going to be active, because you need the lower vessel to draw everything, but the lower vessel will not receive everything. So what does that mean in life? In life, when you have minyan, in the minyan, always going to be one person, that their job is to draw light for everybody. They are not necessarily the nice people, they are actually even negative people, because they are the only one who can draw the light for the 9 people. The 9 can be tzaddikim, chasidim, they can be the greatest, but they need one person, rough, not into the tefillah, not thinking about tefillah, thinking about this, all this. That's actually the person who draw the light for everybody. It's called malachut. It's the lowest level. Those the people are the most important. So if I'm sitting now here, the netzach ve'od is cancelled. If netzach ve'od cancel, then I cannot draw the light that is above. If I went too far, and I'm sorry, I'm going to go now to a simple part. I just want to give you that introduction so we understand that. If you know where the Echal Mashiach, the chamber of the Messiah, it's called Kenatzipor, the bird nest. The Kenatzipor, why it's called Kenatzipor, the bird nest, is because if you know the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen, you can look at the mitzvah, it's actually repeat in 3 different ways. Sometimes it's a betzim, eggs. Sometimes it's a gozalim, sometimes it's a banim. Betzim mean eggs, gozalim mean little bird, and banim means sons. So for me, we learn that the mitzvah has 3 aspects to it, but it's nothing to do just with the physical mitzvah. It's actually just to do with 3 levels of development of your soul. Eggs is being the person not being developed yet. It's eggs, there's potential, it's wonderful, it's great, but it's eggs. Gozalim is somebody who studies a little bit more Torah, but he cannot fly on his own. Okay? And then when you have banim atem la'Hashem, right? Well, banim la'Hashem, that's already the person is already mastered the Torah, is already understood the Torah in a good way. And you also oseh ota lema'aseh, is turning the Torah into an action. Because you know the Pirkei Avot, it's a pshat, it's a very simple thing. מי שחוכמתו מרובה ממעשיו, whoever is wisdom more than his action is not considered nothing. But whenever is מעשיו מרובים מחוכמתו, his action is more than his wisdom, then he's a smart person. So don't look at the person, how much chokhmah, how much books, and the rabbi, and all this. Bottom line, you're able to do 10% of what you study, good. זה כבוד גדול. So, Am Israel is not being tested just how much knowledge you have. The knowledge has to be manifest into an action. Okay, זה מאוד חשוב. חוכמתו, מרובה מעשיו, חוכמתו אינה מתקיימת. So I just want to open with that. So here we go. רבי שמעון היה יושב ועוסק בתורה, רבי שמעון הוא סטאדי תורה, או ביזי בתורה, בלילה שבו הכלה, in that night with the bright, שהיא המלכות, מתחברת בבעלה. Kala, the female aspect of God, if you want to call it this way, like we say, boy kala in Shabbat. We turn it to the west. Some Sfaradim do, some Sfaradim don't. Some Sfaradim does start from Mizmor David, some Sfaradim don't. Syrian do the Lechadodi short version, other people do long. Everybody do the whole style. But in the bottom line, what you're doing actually when you're turning to the west. You say boy kala, right? You are calling the kala. Who is the Kala? I said Kala is Malchut. Malchut meaning, always remember the word Malchut meaning the bottom or the strongest desire. So the Shekhinah is in Galut, right? Sfaradim read Shir HaShirim. Why we read Shir HaShirim? Shir HaShirim, what you say? The whole song is about what? About the female aspect of God, the Shekhinah. Ima Shalanu, our mother, is in Galut. Why she's in Galut? Because she did something wrong? No. She's telling her, he said to her, I'm dirty, I'm dark, but Nava, Yafa, I'm beautiful. You can imagine it like Shoshana ben Aruchim. You can imagine it like a rose with a thorn around it. Or Shoshana can be translated lilach, I think lilach, that's a flower like that. I would say
lilac.
Lilac, yeah. So it's a big expression, but it doesn't matter. The idea is to get into a point that we understand that the Shekhinah is in Galut because of us. Every time we are jealous, every time we get angry, every time the Shekhinah has to go to an exile. And on Shabbat, on Friday, she allowed to meet with him. So, it says, בלילה שבו הכלה שהיא מלכות מתחברת בבעלה. Every Friday, כלה מתחברת בבעלה. Every Friday, השכינה באה לפגוש את הבעל שלה. What's the בעל in a code name in Kabbalah? It's called זעיר אנפין, or you can call it י' כו' touch הגמתן. She can be called different names. She can call Shekhinah, which is like Adonai, right? Aleph Dalet Nun Yud, which is Shekhinah. If you look at the Gematria, Shin Kaf 320, and Yud Nun A is exactly Gematria of Aleph Dalet Nun Yud, which is Shin Kaf is the all light you're gonna reveal in this world. Every time you eat pizza, you eat sushi, you eat something, you pray tefillin, you study Torah, you do some mitzvot. It's part of the 320 spark that fell to this ground. It's called Shach Nitzotzot B'Kedusha. So you are picking it up. You pick up the nitzotzot, you pick up. That's a Shekhinah. Anyway, let's make it simple, and I'm sorry I went a little deep. שהיא מלכות מתחברת בבעלה, שלמדנו כל החברים שבני רע לכלה, צריכים באותו לילה לשבחתו ביום השבועות, או כבעד שבועות, הכלה נורדת להיות תחת החופה עם בעלה. What is שבועות? שבועות is basically the great wedding. The great wedding between the male and the female. Male is י' כו' the female is א' ד' נ' י'. You have to remember those two names, and when you put the two names together, what you're gonna get, 91, which is גימטריה אמן, גימטריה סוכה, גימטריה יהלום, there's so many גימטריה, מלאך. So it show you, when you combine those two, of course, דברים גדולים קורים. So in Shavuot, you need to know you have to stay awake all night of Shavuot. And in the morning, Baruch Hashem, in the morning in time, the Musaf, that's where there is the Zivug. That's where the Kala and Ba'ala become one. And whoever is there, any bracha that you're asking for, any bracha, stay awake all night, study. And in the morning, make sure you do the Shachrit. And in Musaf, when you say the word Aleph Yud Hey, Ayeh, okay, Keter Yitnu Lecha, boom. At that time, you get 2 seconds of all the things that you need in your life. Remember that, שבועות. הכלה נועדת להיות תחת חופה עם בעלה, להיות עם הכל אותו עליה, לסמוך עימה בתיקוניה שהיא מתקנת בהם. דהיינו לעסוק בתורה. So that time we all need to study תורה. ומתורה לנביאים, תורה לנביאים, נביאים לכתובים. Like we did here, if you remember, בסוכות, similar, ובדרשות, מקראות, סודות החוכמה, משום שאלו התיקונים שלה. This is how you fix the כלה. When you fix the שכינה, study תורה. You know, if you look at the Gemara, is everybody say that's why you're going to a problem. You're going for this, you didn't do Maaser, you didn't do this. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai say one thing, Bitul Torah. It's very interesting. The Talmud, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, why is the person going to a problem? Bitul Torah. Everybody will say maybe it's this, maybe this. He said Bitul Torah. Bitul Torah meaning the person is wasting time not to study. You're on the subway, well, you have a phone, go, Sefaria, something, read. Ma baya, it's very nice. You have 20 minutes, Tanug. תענוג, you're going to read something, you're not in the mood to study something deep, read midrash. You know, מה אכפת לך? You're doing a mitzvah. You are doing mitzvah, what could be better than that? Because in the end of the day, why we do mitzvot? The mitzvot is not the purpose. Hashem is the purpose. The dvekut to Hashem is the purpose. Your purpose is not the mitzvot. What do you think? That feeling. It's almost like I'm going to a restaurant. What's the best bukhari in a restaurant here? I don't know.
Controversy.
Controversy?
No.
Oh. So these restaurants, so you go there, and you said, can I have please the best fork you have, and knife, spoon, and the best plate you have in the house? So they give you, they put it there. What do you want to eat? No, I'm here only for the fork and this and that. When a person only looks for mitzvot, he's almost ordering only fork. Those are tools to connect to dvekut b'Hashem. The dvekut is the goal. Dvekut means cleaving, to delete the back. That's the idea. Right? What do you say about Hashem? You want to be like Hashem, so you take the 13 mitzvot. If Hashem rachum, you are rachum. Chanun, chanun. Step in attribute, very simple. That's dvekut. So you continue and say like this. בעלמותיה ובא מועדת על ראשיהם, מתקלת בהם ושמחה בהם, she's happy with all the people study Torah all night. כל אותו עליה למחרת ביום השבועות, יום השבועות אינה באה לחופה אלא עמהם. She will not go to שבועות until she come with the people study Torah with her. נקראים בני החופה. וכיוון שבא לחופה הקדוש ברוך הוא שואל עליהם, so God asking about them, הוא מברך אותם, and bless them. God himself bless those people who bring the שכינה. מעטר אותם בעטרותיה של הכלה אשרי חלקם. Good for them. So that's the simple part of the zone. Now we're going to go deep. I'm going to look at your face expression. If I see it's too much, don't worry. There's other pages to read. So don't worry. ביאור הדברים. Explanation of thing. יש בזה בית פירושים. There is two ways to look at it. Two ways to understand. ושניהם עולים בקנה אחד. And two of them can be understood in one path. א', כי ימי הגלות נקרא לילה. When we are in exile, when we are in a tough time, when we go into a rough time, when there is misunderstanding with an husband and wife, misunderstanding with the business, something is not working right. It's called Laila. Laila. That's why it says, "V'agid abo yomam b'layla," or that's why in Shema, "B'shokvecha uvkumecha." B'shokvecha is when you're going to a rough time. B'kumecha is when it's a good time. It's not enough just to thank Hashem after you went through a rough time. That's why David HaMelech wrote, "V'lo netashhtani kol yemei idonai." You never left me when things were good. The king never supposed to say, something bad. No, he said, Hashem, you never left me when I did well. Because when we do well, what happened to our mind? Mincha, maybe not today. It's a good time already. What do I need? The Ba'aya. What happened to us? We're losing it. So David HaMelech, he said, he said, the reason I still have desire for you, Hashem, it's not because I have desires, because you never left me in the time. The Baal Shem Tov Kadosh said, when you have an awakening to do a mitzvah with a simcha, when you have an awakening to go to mikvah extra, when you have an awakening to pray like with more excitement, don't give the credit to yourself. Don't. That's a mistake when people fall. At that moment, Hashem is opening to you an opening, and at that moment you start feeling kedusha yetera. You start feeling like, I really want to do Shabbat with more excitement. I really want to do Achnasat Orchim with more excitement. That thought itself, the Baal Shem Tov say, it's actually a thought from the Creator put into your mind. When you think you give credit to yourself, a ga'ava getting in, and usually before the person fall, a lot of good things happen. You can look at all the time of the Torah, 24 the Nevi'im, Ktuvim, Gemara. Before a person fall, as the Rabbi Shlomo Elberstein, I don't know if you heard about him, there's a very big tzaddik from the Bob of Hasidim. He said before every human being fell, first they feel gehut, you feel special, and this and that. That's what happened in Hanukkah, he said. So in Hanukkah, they start feeling special. Giborim biyad halashim. Why you call them giborim? We are not halashim, Bnei Israel halashim. So he explained what giborim. Because Hashem give them gvura, give them, feel good about yourself. Now you're going to fall. So every time you're going to feel great about yourself, like, wow, I think on my own to do mincha. I think on my own to do this idea. Hey, slow down, said the Baal Shem Tov. Todeh Hashem. Thank Hashem for the idea that came into your mind. Because none of the idea is ours. That's always dvekut. Beseder, always dvekut. V'kol davar. Have a relationship with Hashem in every moment. When you're falling or when you're standing. Doesn't matter what happened. Have a relationship with Hashem. You're about to fall, tell Hashem, I'm about to fall. Hold me, I'm about to fall. My brain going the wrong direction. Help me. Stay strong with that. אז לילה הוא הזמן של הסתרת פניו מבני ישראל. לילה is when Hashem conceal his face from עם ישראל. Why does Hashem conceal his face? What's the purpose of it? You ever see parents try to teach the kids to walk? A father does something not nice. He let the kid stand, then go away from him. He's gonna fall, he's falling. And he crying, the father go again, make him stand, go away from him. What is he doing to him? He's giving him the gift of earning. The gift of earning. Most people who love their children and love people, they don't give them the gift of earning, they give them a gift. What do you do to people you love? You give them a gift, you give them a hug, you tell them I love you, you tell them you compliment them. But truly, it's the one gift we don't give people we love, it's called independency. עצמאות אמיתית. To give them a real עצמאות. How do you give עצמאות? Teach them, guide them. It's not just that. So Laila, if you think Chaf Shalom Hashem don't like you when you go into a rough time, it's not true. Hashem is basically saying, okay, now stand up, I'm gonna go away, walk. You don't like that time because you have to do it on your own. But actually Hashem is helping you to stand on your own two legs. Don't be upset with bad time. Bad time is also good time. Within them there is a good time. אוקיי? זה חשוב מאוד לזכור את זה. כי הוא הזמן של הסתרת פניו בני ישראל, ואז שולטים כל כוחות לפירוד על עובדי השם. whoever is עובד השם, whoever is worship God, whoever is doing the mitzvot, whoever doing all that, at that moment when you go into a rough time, חד ושלום that you will never have to fall to a rough time of money, חד ושלום, it's a very tough when you fall, no money or no food. It's a tough situation, and whoever never experienced it should never experience something like this, that you have to go to a rough time, and then חד ושלום, you start to have doubts about Hashem, what's going on. I put tefillin, I put Rabbeinu Tam, I bought another tefillin, I change the mezuzot, I do this. That's, you know, so צריך להיזהר. ואז שולטים כל כוחות לפעולה על עובדי השם, ועל כל זה דווקא בעת ההיא מתחברת הקלה בבעלה. said to us, בעל הסולם, he said to us, at that moment of the worst moment of your life, this is actually with the Shekhinah and Zer Anpin, they become one together. על ידי התורה והמצוות של הצדיקים הנקראים בעת ההיא, ושלטם מכין דאורייתא. Only, how do you make them together? By the tzadikim. Who is the tzadikim? מה זה צדיק? מה זה צדיק? So, tzaddik is a person, it's in yesod, the sphera is called yesod. Tzaddik is a person who's capable to want it all and being capable to push it away. That's tzaddik. I want cake. Person come next to me, I want that cake. בבקשה, בשמחה. But first you have to want it. If you didn't want it and you give it to him, that's not tzaddik. You have to want it. Like Yosef HaTzadik, he was not Yosef, and then he became Yosef HaTzadik. What happened? He has to be tempted by that woman, the wrong situation, by saying no to it. Tzaddik. So tzaddik is coming from mitzvot lo ta'aseh. So when you're getting excited about people do mitzvot ta'aseh, you know what the difference, right? Mitzvot lo ta'aseh. So mitzvot ta'aseh meaning a positive mitzvot, like what you should be doing. Like you should give maaser, you should give tzedakah, you should go to pray, but you cannot eat pig, or you cannot eat shrimps, or you cannot, that's called the lo ta'aseh. To become a tzaddik, you have to look at what your lo ta'aseh look like. Because we are very excited to do the aseh. Everybody loves to do mitzvot aseh. It's exciting and it's beautiful. But within lo ta'aseh, there is a lot of work. Don't do this, don't look there, don't this, don't that. It's a lot of don't. How many don't? 365. More than 248 years. Why they couldn't be opposite? I will tell that in secret, you don't have to capture that. 365 is, there is a certain light coming from the Creator. We're not supposed to enjoy that light after tzimtzum. We have to push it away. We have to push that light away. That's called lo ta'aseh. Aseh is called chasadim. Those light you're allowed to enjoy and you should enjoy. Shamor et yom HaShabbat lekotcho. Okay? Zachor, Shamor. There is a lot of Havana with it, but anyway, the tzadikim are people that in that time, כל המדרגות הנשגבות נקראות רזים דאורייתא גדולות על ידיהם, אבל כן הם נקראו עושים, שהם נקראו לעושים של התורה. נמצא שימי הגלות נקראים לילה דקלה יכולות בבעלה, כלו לחברי בני חלה דקלה הם מתמחים דאורייתא. What the Zohar is doing is taking the word לילה דקלה. לילה דקלה means Shavuot, but it doesn't relate just to the word לילה דקלה, it relates to the word לילה, which means night. Night, the word night means a rough time, a tough time, things that not working. You know, so at that time, Astarat Panim, this is Esther, this is not working, I don't see. You know, it's like if you look in my back, you wouldn't know if it's me, because there is doubts. That's called Achoraim. In the back, you cannot tell who the person is from the back. Sometimes you experience Hashem like this, Esther Panim. You have to go to that. You have to go to that. At that time, if you can find happiness within you, find it. get excited about something. Because this is the time you reveal the most amount of bracha in your life. And most people at that time get depressed. So that's means their love to Hashem was not real. Hashem become their servant. Hashem is not their king. Hashem is the servant. Hashem, soulmate. Hashem, can I have some money? Hashem, I need some help here. Hashem is like waiters. Ken, מה בשבילך? What do you need? Okay. What else? What else? Cannot do it like this. The Tikkunei Zohar said that on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, there is very dangerous things for people who pray. He said that most people go to the shul for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and they say, give me, give me, give me. The word give me in Hebrew sounds like A and Bet. Havli, 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 havli. So the Tikkunei Zohar said that hav sounds like a dog. Hav. So it say they prayed like a dog. And that, the difference when the person prayed, or the person used to bring the korban in Bet HaMikdash, it used to be two types of fire. The fire that looked like lion, when you put the sacrifice, it looked like lion, and there is a fire that looked like dog. If the fire looked like lion, your prayer been accepted. Your tshuva was accepted in the Mizbeach. If it looked like dog, it's not been accepted. Why? Because klavim lo yadu sova. They said that the dog never know to be satiated. They never get satisfaction. Dogs never get satisfaction. They always want more. If you look at dog, you give him meat, they will come back again. They don't have limitation. So when a person acting like a dog, when he asks Hashem, give me, give me, give me, he's not connected to Hashem. He's connected to the gift coming from Hashem. So he doesn't want Hashem to be in his life. He wants the gift that Hashem has. So it's almost like somebody is a magician, and he has in his box 1,000 pieces, and you come to him and say, hey, do you have in your box soulmate? Yeah, of course, 1 second, here it is, that's made in China, especially for you. Do you have some money? Oh, that's made in Turkey for you. But what about the person who gives you all those gifts? What about that person? You don't care. So that's called dvekut. That's called dvekut ba'Hashem. We have to be careful. Sometimes you go to Shomei Tefillah, you ask for things, but first ask to be closer to Him. Ask to be closer to Hashem. Ask to be. Sha'alti me'et Hashem. David HaMelech say, I ask you one thing. Shifti me'et Hashem kol yemei chayai. David HaMelech say, I want to sit only in your house. Other people could ask for money. No, David HaMelech say, I found the solution. I want to be in his house. The rest is okay. But sometimes we ask for money, we ask for better life, we have to be mistader עם האישה, to get along with the wife. Sometimes there's an argument, I hope you help me with this. זה לא הצורה להתחבר לבורא. That's not the way to connect to Hashem. Connect to Hashem, you want to relate to Hashem without the gift. אל תהיו כעבד המשמשים את הרב על מנת לקבל פרס. פרקי אבות said, don't be like a servant or serve your rabbi to get reward, which is pleasing. תהיו כעבד המשמשים את הרב לא לקבל פרס, not to get reward. So you do mitzvah, ברוך השם. Hashem, you know how to use the light of this mitzvah. You want to take it to my neighbor? I want to control your mitzvot. I did mitzvot, and now I come and I cash it out. Those like those kids with the game, they have like those paper. They come and then they get in the end of the game. You know what I'm talking about? Those places, and they come with the paper. Hey, give me a ping pong ball. זה לא ככה, זה shame. אנחנו לא יכולים להיות ביחסים כאלה עם הקדוש ברוך הוא. הוא בורא אותי, הוא אומר לי אם אני יקום, לא יקום, הכל. Now I'm gonna, hey, my apartment is nice, but I don't mind to get another room. What about Hashem? Are you into me? Hashem asked him, I'm working on it, but right now I need an apartment. No, we need to remember that. That's ba'aya. That's why for the tzaddikim, the laila, the time that they go into a rough time, that's actually the time they get excited because they can work on themselves. They can actually get excited. Now I can do it with kavanah. Now I can do it for the real reason. There is a story. It's a very important story that will remind us of Avodat Hashem HaAmitit. It's about Rabbi Eliyahu Jian. The story about Rabbi Eliyahu Jian is one of my favorite story about him. That he was studying Torah and he started to enjoy it. He started a little bit to enjoy the Torah. It's just דבר תורה יפה. יפה הדבר תורה הזה הוא אמר. And then he started to enjoy himself. An angel came. Said to him, Rabbi Eliyahu, you lost the עולם הבא. אין עולם הבא. You're not supposed to enjoy the Torah for you. You're supposed just to study for the mitzvah. Why you enjoy it? So the Rabbi Eliyahu took the book and he started dancing with the book and study even more. And his students see him, what are you doing? He said, now I'm studying Lishma. Now I'm studying and I know I'm not getting nothing in return. That's a real Torah. And 3 malachim come down and said to him, not only Olam Haba, you get Olam Haba to choose any person you want to come with you. It's to להבין, לשמה, that the person, we enjoy it. We are not in that madriga, we enjoy it, but the purpose is Nishma. Nishma meaning not what's in it for me. All day long, what's in it for me, what's in it for me, spiritually or not spiritually. The baya. I know we all suffer from that. I can talk about me. לאחר גמר התיקון, when Mashiach will come and everything will end, גמר התיקון, והגאולה השלמה, and the final redemption, שהוא זה כתוב, והיה יום אחד, הוא יוודע להשם, לא יום ולא לילה, ויעלה את ערב, ויהיה אור, מזכריה. הוא שאומר בכלה הזדמנת לקבוע למלך הוא חופה בבעלה, כי אז ישוב, it's a little complicated, but I do the best I can to explain, אז ישוב הבן להיות סג, והמה יהיה אב. בן and סג, meaning there is two female in the name of God, and there is two male in the name of God. When you look at the name of God, you have Yud, K, Vav, K. Okay? The two Hey, if this is too much, I will skip that part, no big deal. The two Hey are called Nekevot, female. Okay? And the Yud and the Vav called male. Okay? This is something you need to remember for the rest of your life. The first Yud is called Chokhmah, the Vav is called Zer Anpin, the first A called Binah, and the last A called Malchut. For that reason, when you do Am Motzi Lechem Min Aharetz, you do Ham Motzi, you're supposed to do the Ha Motzi Gadol, because that's the Hey of Binah. And then Ha-Haretz, Eretz is Malchut. The Ha-Haretz, Ha Motzi Lechem Min Aharetz, you do two Hey, those are the two Hey of the Yud Kevavke, so you understand to do that. I don't want to go into it too much, even it's amazing. אבל כן נבחר ליום האחר וחופה חדשה, וצדיקים בהם ההיא נקראים בני חופתה, שעושות הנען בהערתה, שאין בהם עשייה, פרק גמר מלא הארץ דעה. ולהיות הצדיקים הללו על ידי מעשיהם טובים יעלו הבן להיות סג, מכוח המשכתם היראה מזמן שעבר. The tzaddikim, because of how they work on themselves and how they understand that within the tough time, the rough time, they can elevate everything to a higher level. That's called ban lesag. By the way, the word ban and sag, just that you will not think it's like some Kabbalah and mysticism. It's a very simple thing. When you take the name Yud Kevavke, you can write it in a different way. So the way you can write it, ban means 52, sag means 63, av means 72, ma means 45. So they use letter for the count. It's not a big deal. So you can either write the name of Hashem, you can spell it out, Yud Vav Dalet, A and Yud, then you can write Vav, Yud Vav, then A and Yud. That will be 72. So it's how you spell it out. What does that mean spiritually? It's how the name expresses itself. The name can express itself through Chokhmah, the name can express itself through Binah, the name can express itself through Zer Anpin, the name can express itself through Malchut. So it's a different way of how the name expresses itself. That's basically what it is. But here it's saying specifically Ban Lesag. He used specific thing. Ban is Malchut. Is where we live in. Asiyah, Malchut, physicality, roughness, nothing work, rough. So that ban, that roughness will go elevated to a sag. Sag is Binah. This is, in a code name, it's called Tzimtzum Bet. Or in a simple way, it will be understand that we bring mercy into our life. How do you bring mercy to your life? You have to elevate your retzonot. Whatever you want for yourself right now, you have to elevate the retzonot. How do you elevate the retzonot? You cancel them for now. You don't think about what you want. You don't think about what you want now. You elevate the ratzon, למעלה, לבינה, הופך אותו לחסד. You say to Hashem, I want it because I know how much pleasure it's giving you if I want it. That's called ban עולה לסג. Meaning, that's called לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. I'm sure you heard that. לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. What is נחת rוח? You ever go to a Sephardic family who put food, or Ashkenazi or Hasidim, put a lot of food at the table, and you eat 1 hour before you arrive home. You're not hungry. I'm not hungry. Sorry. But you're going to insult the host. So you have to eat something. A little kiddish, a little this, a little that. You have a bite to make them happy. That's called לעשות נחת רוח למארחו, to make pleasure to the person who hosts you. It's not nice not to eat anything. You got to eat something. That's to give them pleasure. With Hashem is the same thing. When you receive from Hashem in the right way, זה לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. So you want to ask for כסף, for $1 million, no בעיה. Are you asking it because to give them a pleasure, or are you asking it because you need it? That's called ban lesag. Ban lesag meaning you elevate your retzonot into chasadim. You no longer want it because you don't have it. You want it because you know how much pleasure it's give your maker to give it to you. Is that clear? Mm-hmm. Maybe I stop here. You have question on it because it's a new subject. It's a little bit all over the place with ban and sag. And I'm throwing things to you to look at you to see if I can take it a simple way. Soon I'm going to change pages, be more simple. But I want to give you the foundation of something, but unfortunately it might be a little tough for you. So not because you don't understand, because I don't explain it in the best way so you can understand it, and I'm sorry for that.
What is Zeir Anpin?
Zeir Anpin, a very good question. Zeir Anpin is the Chulia Mekasheret, is what connecting the upper and the lower. So you want me to show you how the Sfirot work? Is that all work there? You have like a place I can write on? Is it pages I can use?
Yes,
Here it is. So the Sfirot, if we diagram the Sfirot, if we make it like a diagram to fully understand it, so the Sfirot work, you have Keter in the top. I'm gonna show you in a second. You have Chokhmah, you have Binah. Okay? I'm gonna try to draw it so you understand. This is called ZA, this is Zeir Anpin, and Malchut. I would put Binah here and Chokhmah here, but depends how you look at it, that's right. Okay? So the way it works, and here there is a line, okay? There's a line. So the way it works, Keter is in the top, crown is in the top. Crown is basically, it's not part of the Sfirot, and it is part, because your kippah is part of you, yes and no. Because your kippah is not part of your body, but it's on top of your body. So the crown is not part of you, it's part of you. Without the crown, you're not the king, but a king is not the crown, okay? So that's Keter. That's Binah v'Chokhmah. Those called upper three. You have to remember that. This is called Gimel Rishonot. Upper three. It's not in that order. Some places put the Chokhmah here and the Binah here. Depends on how you look at it, if it's left or right. Chokhmah is always a force that comes right after Keter. So when we say Yud Ke Vav Ke, we relate it to Chokhmah. Binah is Chasadim. Zeir Anpin is the pipe. You see, it's the pipe that deliver from above to below to the Malchut. This is Malchut. Now, this is a blueprint, Shalom Aleichem. This is a blueprint of everything in life. Everything. Your body, the way you do mitzvot, the way you operate. Everything is based on 10 Sefirot. Everything in life based on 10 Sefirot. Everything. Everything in life is actually here. It's also divided to different worlds, to different universes. So when we talk about world, so if you talk about this world, we are talking about something called Adam Kadmon. We're not talking a lot about it, but from here you have Atzilut, then you have, if we talk about Chokhmah, if we talk about Binah, we talk about Bria, then we talk about Yetzirah, then we talk about Asiyah. So everything is actually according to the Sfirot. So for example, when you get the Torah out of the Ark, Lecha Hashem HaGedulah VaGevurah, you say the Sfirot, HaGedulah, HaGevurah, והתפארת. גדולה is חסד, גבורה, תפארת. והנצח וההוד, ככל is יסוד. כל is יסוד, always. כל is יסוד. בשמיים ובארץ. בשמיים זה רמבין, בארץ זה מלכות, right?
כי זה ההוד?
כל זה ההוד.
כל זה...
כל. המילה כל, כף למד is כמו שהצרית בת אברהם אבינו, he has a daughter, Bakol Shema, right? It's saying like Bakol Shema. So the call is all the time. I mean, there is a reason for that. It's all the time will be in that area. Yesod. For that reason, we are now in the Shovavim. So the tikkun of the Yesod and Shovavim, it's a tikkun of sexuality. But why? Why it's not tikkun of don't eat cheesecake? Yeah, מה הבעיה? Cheesecake is the tikkun of Shovavim. למה דווקא יסוד? Yesod is the area between the end of one area, it's the end of your body, and where do you deliver to the nukva? The nukva is the female. So between this and that, the Yetzer Hara has to sit there. That's his place, because it's in the end of everything, Shama Yetzer Hara is sitting. End of your body, Tzipornaim, end of the body. End of everything. Knisa labayit, enters to the house, mezuzah, you have to put, is there too. Every end of something is there. Before the end, like second before you end. You close a deal, be careful. Before you close a deal, just sit down and relax. Read something, then go close the deal again. Let the garbage pass. Because he's there, wherever it's in the end. So when Yesod and Malchut meet, Friday is Yesod. Because Sunday is Chesed, Monday is Gevurah, Tiferet is Tuesday. Every day is corresponding to the Sfirot too. And Shabbat is Malchut. But within Shabbat, how many aliyot you have, on Shabbat Mincha, 3 aliyot. Chokhmah, Binah, V'Da'at. So you start all over again. Chokhmah, Binah, V'Da'at. Yafe. And now you're going to, again, Hesed, Gevurah, Tiferet on Monday, Netzach Hod Yesod in Thursday, and Shabbat, how many aliyot? 7. Malchut, 7 again. Do you understand? I want to make sure you're getting it because it's a very beautiful, and it's easy to understand if you write on it. If you write, it's only simple language. And we understand that simple language, it exists in everything you do, in every job you're going to have, in every situation, every mitzvah, in every how to prevent the avera. It's all about the sfirot. So the Samech Mem sitting between Yesod and Malchut. They're sitting between those two. And if you not making a masach, it's called masach, a curtain between those two, bayo.
Somebody has a question.
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
What does Sfirot mean?
Sfirot is, Sfira can be translated different way. Sfira can be translated as like sapphire, like the stone called sapphire. You know, תחת רגליו כמראה הספיר. Yeah, sapphire meaning it's shining like a blue stone, shining. And another way, Sfira is also from Sfar. The word Sfar in Hebrew meaning limitation. So Hashem cannot reveal himself directly to us. Hashem has to reveal himself through a filter. Because if Hashem will reveal it, we're going to get burned. We can reflect more than the light of the sun. So he has to go to filters, to many, many filters. It's actually, I mean, the minimum is 100 filters. So you need to have 10 Sefirot. Each Sefirah is 10, so it's 100 Sefirot, actually. 10 inside 10. So, and it's actually more, but that's a basic understanding. So we are living in Malchut. We are living in the bottom here. Every Shabbat we get a gift. We get elevator. You get a coin, you put the coin in the elevator, and the elevator go up. What is Hashem telling us? Al techalelu et yom HaShabbat. Do not break the Shabbat. But it doesn't say, don't, al tishberu the Shabbat. Al techalelu. Use specific word, halal. Halal means space. Because on Shabbat, there's something very unique. This area called Malchut, going one level up. What happened to the area where Malchut used to be? Halal. יש ספייס שם. אז מה יש בעיה? קליפות. The negative coming. יש בעיות. Even Shabbat has no קליפות. Yes, if you are in Shabbat. But if you are in, didn't take the elevator and you stay down there, מה לעשות שם? הם נמצאים. They have a place. So you have to get one step above Malchut. And on Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh is not the same. Rosh Chodesh, the light of Hashem come to you. Rosh Chodesh is coming to your Rosh. You know? In Shabbat, the whole system is going up. You elevate. It's elevate you, but you have to go into that elevator. You're going to have a lot of temptation from the week. That's why husband and wife have to be careful not to fight. 5 hours after sunrise, that's usually the argument between husband and wife. Let's remember, 5 hours, count 5 hours from the beginning of the sunrise, שעה חמישית, 5.5 hours to that, boom. Don't talk, just don't talk. If you're married, just don't talk, lower your eyes, don't talk. And with Shabbat Inter, then you can have a conversation. Do not have any argument. So Hashem, it's hard.
After sunrise or after Chatzot?
After sunrise in the morning, שעה חמישית. שעה חמישית. This is also the time if you do mikveh, from that moment you can do mikveh. Because at that time, say the Ari HaKadosh, on the forehead of the person, נגלה קדושה של האדם עליו. If the person is a Yehudi, all the קדושה is on his forehead. Your nails also, Ari said, the nails start to change after שעה חמישית. Everything starts to change, אמרתי. שעה חמישית. But the Klippa also won the prize. Because what happened, שעה חמישית, that's Yesod the Malchut again, right? Because that the meeting from the 6th day, what we say the 6th day is, if the first Sunday is Chesed, Monday is Gevurah, Tuesday is Tiferet, Wednesday Netzach, Thursday Hod, Friday Yesod, like the sexual organ of the man, Yesod. So Yesod now is about to meet the Balka, is about to meet the Shabbat. Shabbat is what? Is Malchut. The meeting between them is happening. Where is the Klippa sitting? Hello, I'm here again. So the Shabavim is more difficult because in Shabavim is every day. The whole time of the Shabavim, that's where the Klippa is sitting. Exactly in that area between Malchut and
Can we
Yesod.
explain what Shabavim is?
Oh, Shabavim. Sorry. Shabavim is a parashot, is a series of parashot, forgive me. Shabavim, if you translate, mean naughty boy. Naughty boy, שובבים, שובב, naughty, you שובב, שובב, I don't know איך אומרים, זה נכון באנגלית? naughty, you
Troublemaker.
But Shovav is also the parashot, Shmot, we start Shmot, the beginning of the Shovavim. Okay, we have Bo, we have Vayera, we have Beshalach. If you put all the parashot together, Yitro v'Mishpatim, you're going to get Shovavim. At that time, is a tikkun for sexuality for the man. Is a tikkun for everything that is wrong with your mind, with your mouth, or with your body. Neshama, ruach, v'nefesh. So normally, there's mekubalim, if you're capable of that, go to the snow. Why snow? Lama dafka snow? And they do mikveh in the snow. You have nothing else to do, mikveh in the snow. Makara. Go in the shower, cold water. Lama dafka snow? Because those of you know Hebrew, snow in Hebrew, sheleg. Sheleg is the same word in Hebrew for intercourse, shagal. V'ish acher ish gelena, in Parashat Kitavo. Parashat Kitavo, if you know ish kevena, ish gelena, it's actually there's a shagal, sheleg, and you have kavanot. If we want, by the way, we can organize it. I took another group with me. You bring, I will teach you the whole thing. There is a meditation while you want in the snow naked. Not fun. I will not tell you it's fun, but I will tell you this will be instead of hell. So it's not a bad deal, You got a good deal. I took so many groups in my life to the snow, mikveh. And of course, at the beginning when they see it, when we arrive at the car, and I remember they look at each other, say, this is it? Well, this is it. So what do you mean this is it? So I said, okay, let me show you an example, because otherwise nobody getting out of the car, so many cars, and you're opening the door, and you might lose the shoes or something you have a robe, and you open, and you're naked. And the snow, and you have to put face, back, face, that's considered one. Okay, face, do it, okay, that's one. So there is 7 of those, there is 9 style of those, there's 13, and there is more, but you don't want to do the more, it's dangerous. 7 would be good, 9 would be like ultimate, like if you can do the 9, would be amazing. And then you have to think about the letter Aleph, letter this, no big deal, damn it. But if you decide to do it together, we should rent like a cabin somewhere. I'm sure there is snow here, but in New York is tougher than LA. I used to live in LA, because LA the weather is warmer and still there is snow. Here, I checked, the weather is cold and there is snow, so you cannot run anywhere. So what we used to do the rolling in the snow, and then we had the house that have a bathtub or something like this to go. Yeah, otherwise, but it's not fun. I'm telling you again. I'm preparing.
I think we need gradually. First hot mikveh, cold mikveh, and then
mikveh, if you can do mikveh before Shabbat, it's the most important thing.
There is snow, Nico.
Where do you find snow mikveh?
No, I don't know.
No, snow. You go in the
it's
street.
nature.
It's nature.
Upstate.
It's nature. There is also ice mikveh when you go water that came from the snow. It's also mitzvah. There's another thing which I don't want you to do. Nobody should do it. I never did that. It's להתגלגל על החרולים. Is Rick talk about if you ever insult a lot of people in your life, in front of people, you're supposed to roll on thorn. But I don't recommend it. I mean, I did it in the
What
army.
kind of thorn?
Kotzim.
Thorn.
Serious. But you go naked on that. You understand your role. And that's to remove the sin of insulting people in public, because it's considered a big avera to do that. So the Sfirot itself is, as you can see, it's 10. And I'm sorry I'm talking about so many things tonight because it's confusing. One time Shavuot, one time that. But just the idea is to get into the idea that you have 10 Sfirot, 10 levels. The Creator is non-physical. We are physical. Between the non-physical to physical, you have to have a filter. It cannot happen the right way. It's evolution. It's a spiritual evolution, step by step to within. Now, every Sfirah is corresponding to a different behavior. One Sfirah behave that way, one Sfirah behave that way. So Keter is the unknown, is kind of the out there. I mean, Chokhmah will be the strength of the Creator, so all the Chokhmah is the strongest light. Binah represents kindness and chasadim. Okay, Zeranpin is all chasadim, just to give, and then Malchut is the receiver. Why is the most important part where we are? Because we are the receiver. Without the receiver, nothing really takes place. If you have a seed, it means nothing. But if you take the seed and put it in the ground, the receiving, which is water and sunshine and the seed, then it gives birth to something. But first it has to disappear. So nothing can be revealed until it's disappeared. Again, nothing can be revealed until it disappears. If you don't make something disappear in your life, it doesn't give it a chance to appear in any other place. So this is for you. You have a question on that? I mean, this is an important thing. Do you feel you can remember all of it as Sfirot? No? So why you cannot remember that? How many sefirot there is? How many sefirot there is?
10.
Good. How they divided? How they divided?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Hmm?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Very good. That's the 7. That's called the lower 7. So the sefirot divided to upper 3 and lower 7. That's how you remember that.
Maybe we could illustrate it like the Patach Eliyahu gives the body
Yeah.
diagram, which means there is the head including 3,
Yeah.
and then we have
Right
Chesed,
arm.
Gvura,
Very nice.
Tiferet,
Very nice.
and then the 2 legs are Netzach Ve'od.
Very nice.
Yesod is the organ, like
Yeah.
we said, and then Malchut.
And the Atara.
Yes.
Yeah. Atara. So your body is also built from the sefirot. Like your metzach here is keter, your eyes is chokhmah, your ears is bina. So the panim, the face, is within it actually also 10 sefirot. So that's why the head is very special. Because the head's coming from a place called Klim de Igulim. It's coming before Tzimtzum, before everything. Everything was circle. Then we become line. Everything become line. Line is finite. Circle is not finite. So the Hashem tried to tell you, you came from non-finite mixed with finite. Body and soul. Bodies have expiration day. Soul, no, never could have expiration day. Man, what is the difference between basically the soul and the body? The soul is basically what gives you the Kedushat Hashem. It's giving you all the light of Hashem. What is the body does? The body is supposed to refuse to receive. The body is supposed to say no to something. That's the body. It's all the idea. So the person Chas Shalom passed away. What's working for him? How many times he say no to himself? That's actually the real thing in your life. You have to look at your life. Don't look for your achievement. Your achievement is from Hashem, from your neshama, or because you're neshama. So don't get excited about your achievement. That's good, very good, bravo. But real achievement, what did I say no to in my life? You had an opportunity to do something and you say no to it. You know, you met the wrong woman, you met the wrong man, you have the opportunity to take a little money for yourself and you say no to it. Now it's big deal. You had the chance to eat a little bit not kasher, nobody saw it, and you say no to it. Now we're talking. That's what makes you the big deal. It's not make you a big deal when you reveal a lot of great things. It's very nice to give tzedakah, chesed, they're fair. It's very nice, but what you have to go through it to give the tzedakah. It's like a gentleman in LA is sitting, is going on a date. He tried to get married, nothing worked in his life. And he's crying, he doesn't know what to do. So he met the girl, finally, it looks serious. So he take the car, he drive the girl home, and he feel like he need a sign. He's worried. So he has a knocking on the window, pa, pa, pa. So he look at the window, see homeless. He opened the window. The way he tell the story is better than me. He opened the window, say yes. He said, listen, I need medicine, children sick and all this and that. I need $7. He look at the wallet. He closed the window. He has a dark window. You look at the wallet. You see there is $9 cash. So he takes 7. He gave them to him. He said, Toda Rabbi, and he go back to tell the girl that he enjoyed from the date. It was very nice. And 1 minute passed by. Walking on the window again. And he said to him, I did a mistake, sir. It's not $7. It's actually $9. He's worried that he's getting full. He doesn't know what to do. But he gave the $2. He told me the story. And I said to him, those $2 is like $2 billion. Okay? Because first you didn't want to give it. You have some doubts. You have all the laila. You have all the problem. And you were able to overcome that argument you have with yourself and you let go of that. That's a real mifchanim. That's a real test. So when you do mitzvot aseh, very nice. It's very good. It's kol hakavod. Mitzvot aseh meaning positive mitzvot, what you can be doing in a nice way. You went to pray, bravo, very nice. What did you overcome on the way there? What did you overcome? What was your problem on the way there? Nothing? And I'm sorry, the reward is not that great. But if you went to some problem, real problem, you wake up in the morning, you don't want to pray. You're not into nothing. And you went to pray, that's why it said, Makom sheba'alei tshuva omdim, tzadikim, wherever people who are overcoming things, those people are in the highest level, more even than the righteous people. Why? Because they're going through a difficult time.
Fight with themselves.
They fight all day long. All day with the machshavot, with the thought. It's a very difficult thing. So when you see somebody who's coming back close to Judaism new, that's a person you should respect a lot, because that person going to fire from everywhere. It's very difficult. So, but that's the person that's to be mechuvad. Let's help him. Let's guide him. Let's be there for him. I know what you're going through. I know the pain. I know that. Hold the hand. because they're not fighting you. They look like they're fighting you, but they're fighting an inner force that it's very difficult. And don't hate your Yetzer Hara too, because the Yetzer Hara is also created by Hashem. Don't be hating the Yetzer Hara. Bara Yetzer Hara, bara Tavlin, Torah Tavlin. Hashem created the Yetzer Hara, so you can be, the Torah is a cube. So this is what it is. I don't know the time. I don't know if they nobody looking for me, you see.
Maybe you have service here.
No, I do.
I never understood one thing.
Yeah, please.
Hashem created everything, right?
Yes.
So if Hashem knew that Yetzer Hara is going to put you on a wrong path,
Yes.
why did He create him?
He created him to give you a sachar, to give you a reward. There is something called Nahima Dechsifa. Nahima Dechsifa is being bread of shame. Nahima Dechsifa is bread of shame. If you come, and I will take care of you, money-wise, give you clothes, but I will never give you the gift to give me anything in return. Not even a smile to me one time. You're not going to feel comfortable. You're going to tell me, Eliyahu, I want to give something back. Excuse me. Don't just give me. I'm feeling terrible. Let me give something. I said, you cannot even write a thank you letter. You cannot even smile in my face. Nothing. You can only be a receiver. You're not going to feel comfortable. Am I right? What do you think? How much can you take from a person without returning even a smile?
I don't think I would even, if He's not going to receive anything from me, I wouldn't even take it.
Very good. So what Hashem is doing to you, look at the gift Hashem giving you. He's giving you a feeling like you're earning it. He's giving you the Yetzer Hara, He's giving you problem. And when you overcome it, you feel good about yourself. You feel great. You overcome the need to be right with the wife. You overcome the need to be the strongest. You overcome the pride. Those Yetzer Hara that Hashem giving to us is the biggest bracha. That's the biggest bracha. We hate it, but we shouldn't. It's the angels that come to test you. And when you overcome the test, you come on Shabbat like, my wife, let me tell you, I had 6 nisyonot Yetzer Hara, 7, I overcome all of them. I feel like a king now. Hashem give you that gift. Hashem give you that gift. So Yetzer Hara, instead of hating him, said, hello, I know you're coming. I know you. I know what area even you're coming. I know I'm weak in that area and you're going to come exactly there. So when he come, look at himself. What do you want now? What do you want? All what you have to do, study Torah. Instead, when you study Torah, immediately the Yetzer Hara becoming your best friend. Torah, tavlin. You know what tavlin is? Like cumin, like salt, spices, you know, coriander. So you put tavlin. מה זה תבלין? למה תבלין? Why is it תבלין? תורה תבלין. It's only תבלין. כל התורה גם כן חשובה. מה, רק spice? Spice is define what it is. If you ever bought fish or meat and this, it's a flat test. What is this? But you know, tavlinim, it can test this way, it can test this way. So you can turn the Yetzer Hara as you want. By the way, those words is not mine. Is Rabbi Shlomo Elberstein from the book Kerem Shlomo. It's a great, very important book of Hasidut. Very important book of Hasidut. It's to understand that the Yetzer Hara is also a messenger. Everything you see in the world, even the Kedushat HaLevi write in this with Parashah, has tremendous avana. He said that if Mitzrayim, I mean, how can we think that Hashem is punishing the Egyptian? Hashem rak oseh tov. Hashem only do good, even for the Egyptian. So they say that if the Egyptian will be like the Jew, they will understand that there is a bracha within the pain. They will understand there is bracha with the pain. So what does that say about us? If we don't see the blessing within the pain you're going through, we're not acting like Yehudi, because מה זה יהודי? come from יהודה. אתה יהודי רעך. We're supposed to be בהודיה, כל הזמן say gratitude. Say gratitude, say thank you for that. So that's the real thing. Hashem is not doing mistake, first. That's first thing. Second, the pain we're going through is not for the purpose of pain, it's for another purpose. So when you go into a good time, always look for the negativity. When you go into a bad time, Baruch Hashem. You know this is a message from Hashem to help you with something. But the good time is not always coming from the right places. When you go into a good time, stop. What is going on? Who is fooling me? What is going wrong in my life? I have to check it right now. But it's a bad time. Oh Hashem, but the good time, everything's working perfect. Now stop, check everything around you. Maybe the tum'ah is around you. The tum'ah is always for free. Impurity, free. It's always free. The thing for free. It's all going easy. משהו לא בסדר. Something is לא נרמל. I want to end with something from Kedushat HaLevi. Rabbi Eliyahu Jian writes something amazing about this week Parashah. He say that Bnei Israel, that Hashem hear Na'akat Bnei Israel, Hashem listen to them, Vaida Hashem, and then Hashem know. What does Hashem need to hear and listen, and then he know that Bnei Israel now suffering? And I say like that. When Bnei Israel was in Egypt, they were in Katnut, they were in a system, in a place where it's not, they couldn't think about Kedusha. They only thought about get us out of this slavery. I want to get out of here. But they didn't think I want to get out of here for the sake of working or worship Hashem. They were thinking, how can I get out of here for getting out of here? So they didn't have a relationship to God. They have a relationship to their need. So Kedushat HaLevi said, what does that mean? וגם אני שמעתי את נאקת בני ישראל. He said to Moshe Rabbeinu, say, listen, I know they're asking it the wrong way. I know they're asking it the wrong way. They don't ask it because they actually want to connect to me. But I tell you what, because all those Egyptians are beating them up and make their life so bad that they cannot think about it. But I know if they will be kind of come down with all the suffering they're going through, they will ask to get out for the sake of being with me. So I will consider them for what they ask as if they're asking it for the right reason. I found it to be, and I don't know if it's touch you or catch you, I found it to be like tremendous avana, the avodat Hashem, tremendous avana, tremendous understanding and how to worship God, because a lot of time we worship God for a reason of the need that we need at that moment. That's called katnut. You cannot think about what you need at the moment. I need a coin, I need money, I need a relationship, I need help, I need a list of I need. Instead of thinking about what I need, there's one thing I need. I need to connect to the Creator. I want to connect to the Creator. I want the Creator to be like this with me. That's my number one thing. Now, what is that I need to do to get there? The Mashachashu. The Sha'al, not to be busy with that. Trust me, you know a little bit better of what you need. Second, you know what you want. Third, you know the future better than you. So please trust that system to take care of you. Be'ezrat Hashem. Be'ezrat Hashem na'aseh v'natzliach. Sorry that I went a little bit deep.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.